Hey everyone, you're here with Mark Boutwell at perfectgardens.com. And today we're here to talk about how to amend your soil before you plant your potatoes. We're going to talk about nutrients. We're going to talk about why you want to add sulfur to your soil amendment for nutrient uptake. And we're going to talk about how to amend some of your own old soil with some new soil so that you have the best grow and why you want to do that. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is shift your mindset and put on the potato hat, basically. If you were a potato, what would be the ideal growing environment for you to grow the best root? And that's what you have to do to grow the best potatoes. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is the very basic things you need and the ideal environment. So the very basic things you need is a pot, some soil, and a little bit of potassium fertilizer. That's the very basic things you need to, and you're going to get some potatoes, I guarantee you. Although if you want some big potatoes, you really want to take advantage of this growing season, then what I would do is I would amend your potting mix with a fluffier soil. And the reason why is check out the seed that we actually started with one of our experiments initially when we were chitting the potatoes. As you can see, right when you put the potato in the coco coir, the roots just started taking off. And why is that? It's because the soil was fluffy, it was warm, the growing environment was consistent, there was a little bit of moisture, and the plant basically just started taking off and growing. If I put that potato in heavier soil, it would have taken those roots a little bit more time to develop, and it would just slow down that process. Why? It's because those roots have more pushing on themselves and they have to use more nutrients and energy to produce more roots. So if you want big potatoes, ideally you want to have loose soil that the roots can grow vigorously in. And the things you want to amend your soil with are potassium, because potassium really focuses in on producing root systems. The thing about it though is that when sodium is in the growing environment, which sodium is in most growing environments, it actually inhibits the nutrient uptake of potassium. So that's why you want to add a little bit of sulfur to your soil when you are mixing your soil and your fertilizer together, because the fertilizer will actually help neutralize the sodium to help the uptake of potassium. And once again, nitrogen is to make your plant green, potassium is to create strong root systems, and phosphorus is for a flowering development. And because we're going after the root system on this plant, we want a P, not an N or a K. And last but not least is I would highly encourage a Mycorrhiza product. I actually recommend Mycos from Extreme Gardening. They're out of Salinas, California, my hometown. And this product significantly increases the development of your root systems because of the fungi that live on the Mycos. That fungi is going to attach to the root system, and it's going to help with nutrient uptake. So these are the three products I would recommend if you want large potatoes. Next, if you haven't checked out the video of us working our own soil, please check that out. Although what I really wanted to do is I wanted to add in some Promix. Promix is phenomenal. You can also use other brands like the Sunshine brand and other brands that we'll provide information to down below. Although Promix has Mycorrhiza, it has peat moss, and it is a great product to amend your heavier soil with so that it fluffens it up and allows the root systems to develop significantly. So as you can see what I've done, I have a potassium fertilizer, I have sulfur to neutralize the sodium to help with the potassium uptake. I have a Mycorrhiza product because that's going to promote root development. I've purchased a soil that's fluffier to allow the roots to grow vigorously. And last but not least, I use a fabric pot that you can get at perfectgardens.com. Why is that? Well, it's because the roots do something called air pruning. So the second those roots hit the air, it's going to tell the roots internally to promote more roots. From here, I'm going to be mixing the fertilizer, the sulfur, and the mycorrhizae right where I'm going to be planting the potatoes. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to plant different variety potatoes because not every potato is planted the same way. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like how we prepared our soil for growing potatoes this year.